Welcome to another edition of the Hallelujah Acres Gardening Guide. I'm Willie Murray, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about how to take care of our holiday poinsettias. And if you can take a look around here in the room, you can see I've got all of our ornamental plants here that we use for our events, and an abundance of poinsettias for our decorations for the December holiday. And I've got them sitting in this room, which it happens to have south-facing windows, and that's something that's really important because these plants require a lot of light. And our auditorium and cafeteria spaces don't have quite so much light in them. So let's talk about how to get these plants home from the store first, because that's an important thing. These plants are actually tropical, and so if you can find plants that are wrapped in a florist plastic wrap like this, that'll help protect the plants from the cold and from the wind as you travel from the store and get it out to your car and then get it home to your house or wherever your business or wherever you want to have these plants. Once you get it home, you're going to want to pull this wrap off and let the plant be exposed and spread out and have plenty of access to the air and the light. And these are just something you can dispose of. Now, you notice that the plant comes in a foil wrapper, and those are meant to be decorative and serve the purpose of holding moisture in around the pot if you water it so that it doesn't too much doesn't drain out. We'd like to keep these plants watered on a regular basis, and you can just check in there, add water as necessary. You can feel the surface of the soil to tell whether it's adequately damp. But one thing you do want to watch out for is overwatering. As you can see, this plant has really suffered. The water has been draining into the bottom in this foil container, and now the plant's sitting in water, and that's something that poinsettias just don't like. So the best thing you can do is to take your plants out of those wraps and put them into another protective container, if you will. This one is a decorative pot. It doesn't have a hole in the bottom, but it's got a plate there to elevate the pot that the plant is in so that it won't be standing in water and having excess contact with that moisture. So those characteristics, keeping it protected from the cold and wind, and avoiding overwatering and making sure that it has adequate light are all things you can do to help keep your plants from dropping leaves and getting spindly and make them last through the winter months. And they will last for quite a long time with their red color. But I guess I should point out that a lot of people often ask about keeping these for next year. And the best advice I can give on that is to use them, enjoy them while they're here, and then toss them out. They're perfectly safe to compost, but you don't want to go through the crazy steps that are necessary in order to get them to rebloom next year. They have to be in very controlled environments, be pruned and held in the dark, and fertilized properly in order for that to occur, and it's quite a difficult task when you can buy these plants very inexpensively new every year. So that would be my recommendation on doing that. One other point that I would like to touch on, I guess, is about toxicity. Poinsettias are euphorbias, and those are plants that are often considered toxic. Generally, it's a very safe plant to have in your house. It's definitely not something that you want to eat. One thing you do want to point out, though, is that when the plants are broken, and we'll use this damaged plant here, I think I can show you very quickly. If you look at there, you can see when I break off some of the leaves and the foliage, there's white sap comes out, and some people are sensitive to that sap. So while you're handling the plants, you may find that a few leaves break off and you get that sap on your hands, and you do want to make sure that you wash your hands and avoid touching your eyes when that sap is present, so make sure that you don't get any kind of a rash developed from it. So I think if you keep those points in mind, you'll be able to keep your poinsettias very happy and colorful through the holiday season and really get your money's worth and enjoy them. So that's it for this episode of the Hallelujah Gardening Guide, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.